Hello guys, how are you all doing? Welcome back to my channel. If you are
Huh?
new to this channel, welcome. My name is Nancy,
What?
and today we are
Oh
just
gosh.
talking, doing a little bit reflection as a mom. Mother's Day is around the corner, and let's be honest, we need to deal with some stuff as mothers, and some of those stuff is dealing with unruly situations, unruly people, or chaotic circumstances, which can weigh heavily on our heart as mothers. But whether it's a defiant child, a distant spouse, a draining relative, or a difficult coworker, this constant tension wears us down. And when every day feels like a repeat of frustration and emotional fatigue, it's so easy to grow numb. And that numbness can become a defense, a way to survive. But once we acknowledge the situation for what it is, then the chaos becomes clearer, and strangely, the burden starts to lift. In moments like these, the temptation to walk away becomes very strong.
Yay! I did
And
it.
we all know that quitting feels easier than staying. We think maybe it's better to cut our losses and move on. But deep down, we know that giving up isn't always an option, especially when it involves people we love or responsibilities we are called to carry. Here's the truth though, it takes real courage to stay, to not quit, to not give up, because it's not easy at all. It takes grit to keep showing up, to keep forgiving, to keep caring, even when your patience has run dry. However, staying doesn't mean tolerating abuse. It means fighting for what matters, refusing to let a relationship or a situation die without giving your best. This kind of perseverance is hard work, but it's also a powerful act of love, act of hope, and of faith. Anyone can quit, but it takes strength to stay and to fight and to stand. In my journey, I learned that the real battle wasn't in fixing the unruly situation or the unruly person or the chaos around me. The real battle was in learning how to stay spiritually grounded and emotionally steady without interfering with what God was doing. I had to shift from control to surrender, and that's not easy, but it was necessary. Every time I let go of the need to fix everything, I discover another level of peace. I've learned that handing over the situation to God again and again is the only way because He sees what we can't. The Lord will fight for us, and all we need to do is to keep still. Exodus 14:14. This verse became my anchor because letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means trusting that God is working behind the scenes and He's working in the hearts of others and He's working in the timing of the events and in the silence. It means I do what I can and then I rest in Him. That rest brings calm in the middle of the storm. I've realized I could love without enabling, I could be present without being consumed, and stay without losing myself. While we wait for the situation around us to change, the most important work happens within us. We might not be able to change the person or the problem, but we can change how we respond to it and how much power we give to it or how much peace we are willing to have over that thing is really up to us. This is where emotional boundaries come in, like what Proverbs a verse in Proverbs says, above all else, guard your heart, for everything we do flows from it. So for me, guarding my heart meant protecting my peace and not letting someone else's chaos control my emotions. I had to decide how much access I was giving to the drama. I had to choose to respond in grace without being dragged into every emotional spiral. So that meant working on my patience, understanding that change takes time, working on my self control, managing how I react before they manage me, and working on my tolerance and compassion, recognizing that others are broken too, and the only way is to love them anyhow, and working on my hope, believing that things can change even if I don't see it yet, and working on boundaries, deciding where I end and where the chaos begins. This inner work isn't easy, but it's powerful. As I became more grounded, the other person's actions or the situation lost its power, or they lost their power to shake me. I stopped surviving and I started growing. So, in waiting for prayers to be answered, it's the wondering that can get you. Wondering, how long, Lord? How long do I have to endure this? So, when I started to understand, or when I started to be grounded in the understanding that God's timing rarely matches ours, but it's always perfect, I trained my mind to stop wondering how long, Lord, and why, oh Lord. Like Galatians 6:9 says, let us not grow weary in doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up. So, we keep showing up, we keep praying, we keep surrendering, we trust that God is working behind the scenes. Maybe He is refining us. Maybe He's reaching the other person in ways we can't see. So as we step aside, He steps in. And when God moves, He moves in ways that no one else can. Facing an unruly situation is painful, but it's also sacred. It's a chance to grow stronger, wiser, and more anchored in faith. When we choose to stay, to trust, to guard our hearts, we allow God to shape us in ways that ease cannot. This isn't happening to us, but it's happening for us. We may not be able to calm the storm around us, but we can calm the storm within us, and that is power. So, if you are a mother, let God be your anchor. Choose faith over fear, growth over bitterness, and surrender over control. In time, you will look back and see how far you have come. Every patient moment, every silent prayer, every boundary drawn, none of it was wasted. These are seeds planted in the storm, and in God's perfect timing, they will bloom. So hold on your peace, guard your heart, trust the process. God will make a way where there seems to be none. He is able. And you, by His grace, are more than capable of walking through the season with strength, dignity, and hope. Stay blessed, y'all. You are not alone. Keep going. See you in my next video. Bye.